Hi, welcome to this Die Designer video tutorial. For this video, we are going to look at text balloons and revision text balloons. So if you go up to the balloons menu, scroll down, you'll see text balloons or TB from the command line, revision text balloons or EB from the command line. This video is going to cover both of these. I'm going to show you the text balloons real quickly. I'm just going to show you the balloon itself after it's inserted. You'll see backup plate, yada, yada, yada. And if we go to revision text balloons, let's go to backup plate again. And yeah, you can see the difference. So the revision text balloon, is kind of nice if you have a revision. You just, change the A to a B. So anyways, I'm going to focus on the revision text balloons for this this tutorial. And both dialog boxes are identical, so it works whether you're using the text balloons or the revision text balloons. But what you have is a template file. In this case, the Die Designer template file is the standard default one that comes with the software. Based on that template file, you have a list of what I would call details, a description list of details. And based on those details, they have a material assigned to them and a Rockwell assigned to them if it's a heat-treated, if it's a heat-treatable material. So, and stay with me, this could be kind of a longer video because I'm going to actually detail some stuff out and I'm going to show you a few things. So stay with me, but I really have to explain this portion of it, and it's kind of tedious. So anyways, we have our Die Designer template file. You can create your own template file. You can create multiple template files. Maybe you have different customers that use different terminology for their details. They use different material, different Rockwells. So you can do really whatever you want. In this case, we just for instance, I have a die yoke A2 Rockwell 5658. If I go to this automotive template, it's not called the die yoke, it's called the die block. And it's D2. And it's 58 to 60 Rockwell C. The punch pad is 4140. The stripper is hot rolled. So, like I said, you can create these template files for different customers, different types of tooling, whatever it may be, and customize them to your liking. Now, to create a new template file, what it will be done is it will be based on the current template file. So the current template file is Die Designer. If I type test in here, you'll see there's been a change. So I have the new button, it becomes enabled. I'm going to click that. We get a little alert, test template file created based on Die Designer, edit, delete individual entries to make unique. So now we have a new template file based on the Die Designer one, and I can change stuff now. So let's say this die yoke, I don't know, let me see here. Let's see this backup. Let's just delete it. So now it's gone. Stock shelf, we can move up, move down. We can change this to, let's say it's hot rolled steel, and then click update, and it'll update. So, now it's hot rolled steel when we click on it. If this parallel, let's just do something silly on a parallel and call it A2, update it. Come back to the parallel, it's A2. Well, that's silly. We're not going to make a parallel out of A2. Let's go back to cold rolled steel and update it. So anyways, it gives you some versatility, and I could do something like, and not update it. Let's take this die yoke. Let's make this aluminum, but I won't click the update. I'm just going to click OK. So it's just going to act as an override and put that in as aluminum. Now you'll see I bring the dialog box back up. It's die yoke aluminum, but it was not updated. So if I double click on the die yoke, it goes right back to the A2. So you can type in whatever you want to here. Okay, and it's just going to be an override, and for that particular text balloon. Okay. I hope I've explained that well. Go into the help menu. We have a description. Insert revision text balloons into your design. It's for individual detail identification, and the revision text balloons are used to track revision changes. This is used in conjunction with BT, attach detail size to a text balloon, BM, your bill of materials, and it's used after your leader ballooning. And there's two types of leader balloons, LS for leader balloons or LB for split leader balloons. Command line, menu location, touch command intelligence, so I can click, put the cursor over the balloon and click, and it reactivates, brings up the dialog box, and then some notes, and you're gonna see some of these things used in conjunction with the attached detail size, the bill of materials, and the leader ballooning, and all that stuff. So yeah, I'm going to start. This is just a sample design. There's nothing in it, so to speak. I got a die shoe, a die block, or a die yoke, and beneath that is a backup plate. I got some lifters, I got a die bushing, and some pilot holes. That's it. So let me just show you this. Split leader balloon. Start with balloon 1, select the die shoe. Balloon 2, pick the die yoke. Balloon 3, vertical option for the backup plate. Let's get this die bushing. And let's link it. I know this is an intelligent object with linkable information. What else do we have here? We have these lifter guides. Snap to the center. Let's link this. Let's get the spring behind it, vertical. Let's get the unified behind that, vertical. Let's get the guide bushing. And let's link that. All right, so now our design has been leader ballooned. Save it. I am going to start a new sheet in the design. If you'll notice, we're at 1000-1, so sheet 1. I'm going to come over here and click the next drawing. If there was a sheet 2, it would open that. There is not, so it's prompting me to create for a file to use as a prototype. I will use the current drawing, which is 1000-1. And if you look, it opened up a new drawing based on sheet 1 and named it sheet 2. So I am going to do my detailing with this. This is a little bit slow. This is a longer video. So bear with me. I think you'll like what you see. I'm just deleting things I don't need here. I'm going to break these down into individual details. I'm going to use the revision text balloons on them. I'm going to run the bill of materials program. So you're going to, it's really covering a lot on this video. So we got our die yoke. We have our backup plate beneath the die yoke. Let's do some transforming. Let's transform these threads, or these socket head cap screws, into threads. Let's object transform this bushing into a precision counterbore hole. Let's transform this lifter guide into a precision hole. I could do that for all of them, but it's probably quicker to do a search and replace. So I'm just going to use the search and replace, or SR, and that's all been transformed. Now for the backup plate, we are going to transform the screws to clearance. We are going to object transform the pilot holes into drilled clearance holes. We are going to start the drill command and add a 1/4 inch drilled hole beneath the die bushing for the slug to fall through, and then erase the bushing. Now we need clearance for the head of the guide lifter. I'm going to start the drill command again. I'm going to hit the C for the chart, and I'm going to put a 9/16 drilled hole in there, and you can see that's bigger than the head of the guide lifter. I am going to again use the search and replace. Okay, and that's all been transformed. Now to do the die set, go into line phantom 3. I'm going to change this die yoke geometry to a phantom line. It'll plot out extremely lightly, but it makes a nice visual reference. I am going to transform the screws to counterbores. And let's make the depth a 1/2 inch. So all those screws transform to counterbores. This was a 1/4 inch drilled hole. Let's change that to a 5/16 step, just to step up that slug clearance. Let's object transform these pilot holes to oversized drilled holes, and then let's step it up one more time. Let's select all these guide bushings, erase them. Erase the springs, and now we're just left with the unify. Let's object transform these die bushings. Okay, so everything's been prepped for detailing. I'm not showing a side view in this case, just to speed things up a little bit. Like I said, this is a longer video. But anyways, I'm going to dimension it. I'm going to hole chart it, and so DT base point upper left automatic. Boom, it's dimensioned. 4 places on like dowel holes, precision holes. only 3 places on like tapped holes, base point, auto. Okay, same thing. Now our drilled holes are only 3 place decimal. If we have a dowel, you'll see we got 4 place decimals. And actually, I'm going to put this die shoe on another sheet. So I'm going to just click next drawing, and it's the same thing. We're going to create this new sheet 3 based on this current sheet 2. I'm going to erase those the die yoke and backup plate. I'm going to skip back to the sheet 2. Erase this. I'm going to let's do the whole chart. Okay, just did our whole chart. Everything's labeled. Let me do that again. I'm going to erase all this. Let's get a little closer so you can see what's happening. So whole table or HD, we're going to use the all option. So I'll just hit return and it'll label all these holes and then prompt me for a place to put the whole table. And yeah, like if you look, the eye hole is a 125 pilot hole. Those lifter guides, the E hole, 3937. It was a 10 millimeter lifter, Masumi guide lifter, slip fit guide lifter. So yeah, let's do our text balloons now. I'm going to X reference sheet 1. Our die yoke is detail 2. Our backup plate is detail 3. So EB, die yoke, detail 2, 1 required, A2, all that's good. Okay. Detail 3, backup plate. Good. X reference, detach. Now this is important for the bill of materials. I'm going to go to balloons. I'm going to scroll down to balloon and text attribute utilities, and I have attach detail size to a text balloon, or BT, from the command line. So I'm going to select a balloon. If you follow the prompts down here, select a text balloon, pick or enter distance 1 or enter it to copy or describe. I am going to hit enter. I'm going to select that length. I'm going to select this length for the 6 inches. And since I don't have a side view, I am just going to type 1 inch thick for the thickness. And now watch this magenta balloon turn blue. It's been linked. Let's do the same thing for the backup plate. And I can't remember on the side view if it was a 1/2 inch or 0.375. I am going to say it was 0.5. I would X reference it in and measure it if it was a real design, but it's not. So, anywho, that's detailed, dimensioned, hole charted, and ballooned. I'm going to go to our die set, DT, base point, M option to make reference, M to make reference, M to make reference, to make reference. So this is 0, 0. I am going to use a different type of dimensioning on this, and I'm going to use the dimension chart. Okay, so it's all labeled with the XY chart and the whole chart all in one. So a little different methodology than I used on the plates. I am going to put my revision text balloon. I don't have to X-reference it in. I know the die shoe was detail 1. I'll scroll down to die shoe, and you'll see it's A36 hot rolled. If you wanted it meionite or aluminum, you would change this and update it or override it, whichever you preferred. Okay, let's go back to balloon, attach detail size to the text balloon. (13 by 13). Let's say it was 2 inches thick. I didn't draw a side view, and it turns blue. I'm going to go back to sheet 1 now by going over here to the arrow left, previous drawing, and now I am going to do my bill of materials. So yeah, any item that is a catalog item or a detailed item is in the die shoe, the die yoke, the backup plate. They will all be listed in the bill of materials. So design aids, bill of materials, or BM. I'm going to scroll down to where it will be so you can see this happening clearly. And as soon as I hit this, it's going to happen real fast. So yeah, there you go. Detail 4. What is detail 4? Oh, it didn't pick up the bushing. But yeah, you have everything listed, our 12 cap screws, or our lifter guides, our die springs, our cap screws, our 4 guide bushings for the die set, and then our plates on sheet 2 and 3. And if you look, detail 1, this has been updated from that dash to sheet 3, because you can find the die shoe on sheet 3. And then the die yoke and the backup plate you can find on sheet 2. So that's all been updated. So anyways, this works on again, the text balloons and the revision text balloons. And it's used in conjunction with the leader balloons or split leader balloons, and also in conjunction with the attached detail size, and then finally with the bill of materials. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you found it informative. If you have any questions, certainly email me, call me, and I'd be happy to answer them. Thanks for watching.